Is the Mazda CX-5 one of the best crossovers on the market? I think it's a great option and it's a ton of bang for the buck in value, features, reliability, and performance. We've actually owned a Mazda CX-5 in the family for about 4 years. First one was a 2019 in a slightly lower trim level, and then we switched to this 2023 Turbo Premium, which is one of the highest trims that Mazda offers on the CX-5, and that's the one we're driving now. I think there's a ton of value in this turbo trim at an MSRP of around $38,000 new. So I wanted to take some time and walk through the exterior and interior features and talk about the ownership of this 2023 Mazda CX-5 Turbo. If you're not new to the channel, you've seen a ton of my Tundra content. Well, this is the other vehicle in the garage. I know it's come up in a couple different videos with accessories, floor liners, and such, but I haven't done a full walkthrough or overview or discussion on it. So without further ado, let's start with the exterior of this 23 CX-5 Turbo. It's not super clean. This is a daily driver. Haven't had a chance to clean it in a while, so you're gonna get a raw owner review of this car as we walk through it. This is the magnetic gray metallic. It's a really beautiful color. It was one of the most high demand and popular colors at the time that we purchased it. The turbo trim comes with blacked out alloy wheels, as you can see here. These are not the tires that come on at factory. These are Michelin Cross Climates. We put these on last fall as the tires that came on factory wore out before last winter up here in the Midwest. Coming over to the front of the CX-5 Turbo, you get this nice blacked out sporty looking grille. The Turbo is the only trim with this red little crosshair here that designates that it is in fact a turbo. The headlights are nice LEDs. You got dual ring LEDs on either side. Coming down the side of the vehicle where we just were, I do think the CX-5 is one of the sharpest looking crossovers on the market. I know a lot of people agree with that. Obviously 4 doors, gas tank is on this side. Coming to the rear, the taillights kind of have a similar view of that dual look as the headlights do. Nothing crazy back here. You got a rear windshield wiper, very dirty. Same on the other side. The only chrome here is kind of around this window trim. Everything else is color matched or blacked out, including like the mirror caps, grille, front and rear, tires like we said. So interesting that Mazda chose to keep this chrome, but that's what it is. It doesn't look too bad, but I would prefer if it was blacked out or color matched. That's pretty much it for the exterior. We can go to the inside of the vehicle. Again, this is the Turbo with the premium package, so it's going to have all the features in here. Starting on the door panel, you got kind of a nice leather stitch material here. You see the red stitching that's going to be consistent throughout the vehicle on both the seats and a lot of the accents. Other than that, this is a leather material here and here. The only plastic is really here. You got this piano black plastic, and then it becomes plastic down here towards the bottom. But other than that, there's a lot of leather, which is nice to see. You also have this carbon fiber-esque little detail here with a chrome stripe underneath. Interesting that the stitching here is grayed out instead of red, but I think it looks good all around. You have your standard 4 window switches here, lock, unlock, window lock, and then mirror control. This package does come with a Bose speaker system, which sounds really good. Pretty much equivalent to the JBL system I have in my Tundra as well. Onto the steering wheel here. We do have paddle shifters in here. Not sure how much my wife uses these while she's driving, probably close to never. She's also filming this video, so on the rest of the steering wheel, you have volume control, song control, voice call. This here is for the adaptive cruise control. You can set and reset it and adjust the distance. You have a nice leather wrap steering wheel. It feels pretty good. It's not as thick as my Tundra leather wrap, but it feels comfortable in the hand, and you have that red stitching on the inside, similar to what we pointed out on the door. I think it looks really good. Up on the dash, and I'll give this a nice little light up too. It's got a nice feature there when it lights up. So it's got a digital screen in the middle, and then digital RPMs, fuel, and temperature on the right side. This is customizable to a degree up here, and you can also filter through several things with the controls. Right now it's set to having the miles per gallon tracker, distance to empty, and then obviously just the speedometer in the middle. Moving over here, you do have a good sized screen up here. It is not touch screen. It is actually controlled by this knob and buttons down here. So this is how you scroll and push it to select, and then other buttons control what's on the screen as well. Moving down the dash below that, air vents, hazard lights. Here's your start to stop, pretty much standard on all new vehicles nowadays. Heated steering wheel. This is one of the things that comes with that additional premium package on the Turbo. You get the rear heated seats and the heated steering wheel as well. The front seats are heated and cooled standard on the Turbo, but not all trims, obviously. Here is the heated and cooled seat control here on the Climate. You also have dual climate. You can sync it. It's AC fans, pretty standard buttons there. Up here, you do have wireless charging. It works okay. It's not super quick, but it's nice to have in a pinch. You do have a plug-in there. Moving here, you got the shifter. You can also shift it into manual this way. So you have the paddle shifters on the steering wheel, but you also have the manual shifting here. You can shift gears up and down. Again, doesn't get much use, but it's there if you want to use it. This is how you switch drive modes here. So you can go between sport and normal and off-road. We'll just keep it in normal for now. Down beneath that, you have an electronic parking brake here. This is volume control, and as we mentioned, this is how you control the screen. 2 cup holders back here. You got a center compartment here that has okay storage. Within there, you do have another plug-in as well as 2 USB ports, which definitely get the most use out of all the plugs. There is no wireless Apple CarPlay in here, but there is wired Apple CarPlay. Over on the passenger side dash, again, stitching continues. You have this carbon fiber piece, thermal vent, glove box, nothing crazy over here. And then moving over to the passenger door, nothing much different than the driver door, a little less buttons, nothing major to call out there. If we go now up towards the rear view mirror, you do have buttons on here for garage doors, and then up above, sunglass holder, light control, sunroof control. So it does have that in here, not panoramic, just single with a manual shade. And then the other main feature in the front is just going to be the seats. This does have very nice leather seats. You can see that red stitching consistent throughout. Again, heated and cooled. Memory seats with multiple selections, so you can have 2 different selections saved. Power lumbar, power everything else on both sides. So that is super nice to have as well. Pretty much it for the front. Let's take a look in the back and see what's back there. Here in the back, pretty much more of the same. You got the nice leather seats. Again, red stitching consistent throughout. You got a couple air vents here. No buttons anywhere. Doors are similar to the passenger. In the center here, you do have rear heated seat control. I mentioned that with the premium trim on the Turbo, you do get the rear heated seats and steering wheel as well. So that is nice to have, although we usually have car seats back here. So you do also have 2 USBs within here. I don't even know if I knew those were there, but that's cool. Find out something new every day, huh? That's pretty much it for the back. Walk around to the trunk. Trunk does open with a button that's located under there. Automatic. Nothing crazy to call out back here either. There are controls on the inside on both sides to lower the seats as such. So that's super nice. The utility of a crossover, right, is having the capability to lower the seats and store or haul a lot of stuff, whatever you need. Other than that, if you lift up this platform down here, that's where the spare tire and all the necessary tools and equipment to change it are located. Super easy access. We haven't had to access it, but that is nice to have. And that is pretty much the entire vehicle. Here is the button to close the tailgate right there. Beeps once, closes, and that's about it. Overall, we've been super happy owning this 23 CX-5 Turbo. I think it's a great vehicle. I think it's a great value. It's been super reliable. Mazda is known to be a reliable manufacturer. We haven't had any problems with this. We're about 45,000 miles into this vehicle, and we definitely own another one. It's been great for us. So hope this walkthrough was informative or gave you guys a good view at this vehicle. If you're looking to get one or just check it out, or if you're a subscriber to my other videos on my Tundra and we're just curious and clicked on it, thanks for that too. Appreciate you guys watching. See you in the next one.